What's good, YouTube? It's your boy KTY, the youngest baby, and I'm the youngest baby. But welcome back to my YouTube channel, baby. But anyways, we're finna be watching 3 very scary stalker horror stories. That shit rhymed a little bit, didn't it, bitch? Alright. Alright, but on my soul though, for real. This is made by the creators Mr. Nightmare. We already watched a Mr. Nightmare reaction video on his channel. That was the other 3 scary stalker videos. If you guys like that video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll put that down below if you guys haven't watched the video. But I'll get out of you guys' faces and we can jump right into this reaction, y'all. Let's get into it.
When I was 22, I started seeing a guy who I met on a dating app for a while. His name was Hunter. We went on like 4 dates in the span of a little over a month. At first, things seemed alright. Our first date was a quick coffee date.
Less than an hour. More of a screening process to make sure he seemed normal. Our second date was at a nearby bar for some drinks. We both got a nice buzz and it was a nice time. Our third date was dinner, and this was when I started to question things. Question if I really clicked with his personality, or if I felt like there was something slightly off about him. The date ended with a kiss still. The first and only time we ever kissed, so I convinced myself that because I let him kiss me, things went all right. It wasn't until a couple weeks later that we went on our fourth and final date. We went out for drinks once again. However, this time, I went into it with a less excited mindset. I was paying more attention to little quirks in his behavior that I realized were kind of unusual. It's hard to explain exactly what I mean, but some of his mannerisms just gave off antisocial and borderline creepy vibes.
So he was gay. Alright, let me stop playing. That ain't funny. She said his mannerisms was fucked up. That's why, like, you can't blame me for that. You cannot blame me for that. She already called him gay without saying that he was gay. Is that my fault? No. That's on him.
He started to drink way too much on this date as well, and he started getting really touchy-feely at the bar, trying to kiss multiple times.
He trying to fuck. He trying to fuck. He like, this the 4th date, bitch. I'm trying to put this dick in your liver. That's really what he was trying to do. Just like you know that. Off the rip. Now I get it. I get it now. He wanted to fuck the whole time. He didn't feel like waiting.
I'm not a fan of PDA, especially not when sitting at a bar with people next to me. I politely turned down his advances, and within a few minutes, I mentioned I was tired, heavily implying we should leave.
And he followed you to your doorstep. That's what I'm getting from this story. I've never watched this shit. This video's old, by the way. This video was from a year ago. So I never seen this. This is my first time even watching this shit.
He asked for the check, paid it, and then we grabbed our coats and left. As we were walking to our cars, he stopped me and very bluntly asked me if we could go home together. I said not tonight, I'm tired and have work tomorrow, which was a lie.
He was trying to get some pussy. He just wanted the cat. Could you blame him? No. I would blame him, low-key. He being weird about it. He should have just simply, I don't even know what he should have did. He waited 4 or 5 dates. Kissed her on a 4th date or 3rd date. What the fuck?
He shockingly kept trying, saying he'd drive me to work tomorrow and such. I found it to be absurd whether he was drunk or not. I also wasn't a fan of him drunk driving home. I made the decision at that point that I wouldn't see him again. I went to my car in the parking lot across the street and started driving home slowly, just because I had a couple drinks in my system. I wasn't drunk, but I was still very cautious. I was also overly alert of my surroundings, looking around for cops, which perhaps is why I picked up on the fact that the same car was behind me still after I made at least 3 turns. And at a certain...
That nigga's following you home. Oh my god. That nigga is following you home. You turned him down on his advances. Now he's finna really try to give it to you.
stoplight, I realized it looked like Hunter's car. I texted him, "Are you following me?" He texted back pretty quickly, saying, "Yes, I just want to make sure you get home okay."
He really said that shit. I thought he was gonna tell her no. Like, Why would I follow you? And the whole time he was following her, he really told her, yeah? He really told her ass yes. Like, nigga, what the fuck?
I called him, but he wouldn't pick up. This was so weird, and quite frankly creepy.
Take him to the police station. You need to drive his ass to the police station. Be like, I'm home. Go run up the. I have a stalker out here. And then he gonna probably try to pull off. Nah.
I pulled over and texted him to stop following me, I'm fine. He stopped in the middle of the street for a second. I presumed to read my texts, and then he drove off past me. He didn't text back, not until I got home and was in bed. He said as follows, I hope I didn't weird you out tonight. Sorry I got so drunk. Next time we should do something a little more low-key, like dinner at my place or something.
She doesn't want to fuck you, gang. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you how it is. I can already tell from this shit, bro. I gotta get rid of the camera real quick. Hold on. I can already tell. Brother, she does not want to fuck you. She doesn't want to fuck you. She would have been fucked you if she wanted to. Just letting that be thoroughly understood. She sat up here and told your ass to stop following her. And it's the fact that she asked you first, were you following her, and you said yes. Who the fuck? You was a dumbass stalker then. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. You should have just pulled off and been like, nah, why would you say I was following you? What are you talking about? You alright? Like, nigga, you should have played the game better. You sitting up here gonna tell her, yeah. Like, nigga, she does not want you. She doesn't want you. The minute she kissed your goofy ass, she started to realize that you a weirdo. Just let that thoroughly be understood, brother.
I didn't answer. So the next morning, he followed up with, oh no, is the vibe dead?
Okay, this nigga really trying. He really wants that pussy. I'm not gonna lie to you. He wants that kitty cat. Damn, I'm just like, I don't even know what the fuck to say, really. Nigga is really trying now.
I still decided to wait a bit to respond. Not even 2 hours later, he sends me a question mark. So I decided to reply now before it got worse. I said, hey, I had a great time getting to know you, but I just think our personalities don't click that much. I also really just want to focus on myself right now. I hope you understand.
She lying to you, gang. She gonna fuck another nigga. Just like you thoroughly know that. She's gonna go out. Another nigga. If she ever texts you some shit like this, hey, I had a great time getting to know you, but I just think our personalities don't click that much. I also really just want to focus on myself. Key word, she's never going to focus on herself. It's another nigga involved that she trying to test out. Just letting that thoroughly be understood. I have never sat up here and heard a female sit up here, stop talking to a nigga, unless if he was a weirdo. But I have never heard that conversation come out their lips and then they really be focused on themselves. Whole time it was a nigga behind closed doors she was trying to get at. Just let you know that.
And after this was when
Don't
the
shoot the
angry
messenger,
text started
bitch.
coming in. The worst of which being, no, I don't understand. You strung me along for 4 dates to tell me that? How about you pay me back half of everything I bought for you then?
He pushing P though. I mean, shit, I would have did the same shit, to be real with you. 4 dates is crazy. Just letting you understand, just letting every single one of you motherfuckers understand this shit. 4 dates? 4 dates. Nigga took her out to 4 dates and ain't get some. And mind you, you don't have to give him nothing. You don't have to give him a dime. You don't have to give him a nickel or a penny. 4 dates though, he ain't crack. It's some. I'm gonna just let this be known. Y'all don't have to raise your hands now. But I know it's some of you females out there that done let a nigga fuck for free. Just letting that thoroughly be understood. Y'all can't deny it. Every nigga know about it now, whether y'all want to admit it or not. If you admit it, applaud. At least you honest. But, and I'm not even saying all of y'all, but short percentage, yes.
There were a few other angry texts that involved personal information, so I'm not going to include them, but they were enough to prompt me to block him.
Damn. He took he took you out on 4 days. He really wanted his money back. I mean, you should have low key gave him his money back. I ain't gonna lie to you. Low key. Low key. He was stalking you, bitch. He might as well. I mean, not meet up in person with him. If you met up in person with this nigga, he probably would try to snatch you. Probably meet up at the police department and give him his money like that.
I thought this would be the end of it, but then I started receiving no caller ID phone calls non-stop. I ignored all of them until he finally seemed to get the message and stopped. The next day, when my parents weren't home, I got home from work to find a bouquet of flowers on the stoop along with a card.
Why the fuck is it getting even further? Like, I thought this nigga would have stopped by now.
The card was an apology from Hunter,
Oh
asking
my
for a
God.
second chance. He somehow knew where I lived. That disturbed me. In his mind, he somehow must have thought that this would come off as charming or sweet, when in reality it was extremely alarming. I sent a long and final text to him to please not contact me anymore and never come to my house again, or I'd file for a restraining order.
He ain't gonna listen to that.
I kept his number blocked so I wouldn't see his response.
Bitch, you think a stalker is gonna listen to what you have to tell them? They are in love with you. So now, since he's in love with your ass, he's gonna try everything possible to come see you. He ain't gonna listen. I already see what this story is going on.
I thought things would be over now,
Nope.
but I couldn't be more wrong. It was not long after this that I was home alone for the night. My parents' house is big, and I had a loft bedroom, which meant my bedroom was the highest point in the house. I awoke in the middle of the night to something. I wasn't sure what it was
That
at
nigga was in
first,
your room
but I felt as
jacking
though I
off.
was hearing noises from downstairs. I tried my best to listen closely, and then I heard what was very obviously a door opening from outside my bedroom. One of the upstairs doors. Nobody was supposed to be home that night. Even in my haze from freshly waking up, I still immediately thought intruder. I crawled out of my bed onto the floor and shimmied under the bed. Before calling 911, I texted everyone in my family asking who was home. I heard some distant noises from somewhere in the home, one of the other bedrooms. And then my bedroom door opened, and footsteps came up the carpeted stairs. After they reached the top step, there was silence. The whole room is carpeted, so I couldn't hear any potential footsteps. And then I heard the drawers next to my bed begin opening. I held my mouth with my
That nigga broke into your crib and you was still in that bed.
hands to mask my breathing. I could feel my heart racing. I heard a man's voice say, "God fucking damn it," under his breath. In that moment, I thought, wait, that might have sounded like Hunter's voice. I still didn't move, and I prayed
was
my
Hunter,
phone did
bitch.
not get any notifications now. I heard more rummaging sounds. He was going through my entire dresser. Then,
That nigga looking for your panties. I'm just letting you know that. I could like I don't know why the fuck like what would he be looking for? You don't have no money on. You broke as shit, bitch. You as broke as me. Thumbs up to the broke folks.
I heard and felt the bed move as he sat down. I was staring at the outline of two shoes through the bed skirt. Even in the dark, it was visible. I don't know what he was doing on the bed, but he sat there for over 2 or 3 minutes before getting up, and I heard him say under his breath, "Fucking bitch." I heard all the drawers close, and then I heard footsteps walk back down the stairs, the door shutting, and then sounds of footsteps walking down the stairs to the living room. I called 911 now, and I still whispered into the phone just to be safe. I stayed on the line and stayed under the bed for 10 to 15 minutes until one of the police officers showed up, and I went down to meet them at the front door, and even that was tense. After letting him in, I told him everything he didn't already know from the phone call he responded to. As such, he did a sweep of the house, and during that another officer arrived, this one female, who also assisted in the search. It turned out every window was unlocked, and one of the windows, the dining room one, is big enough for someone to crawl through, though I don't think anyone ever pictured someone squeezing through the bush in front of the window and then crawling through it. I gave a verbal
See, what the fuck is wrong with some of you white folks who not locking y'all shit, gang? Y'all be too trustworthy in y'all neighborhoods. Like, what the fuck? You gonna leave your door, not doors, windows unlocked? You already had a nigga following you, try to follow you home. The minute he picked up on your public info, bitch, it's so many red flags in this fucking story, bitch, that you just skipped over and you just said, fuck it. I don't care. No, bitch, this nigga knew your personal info. He tried to follow you home. He sent flowers to your crib, bitch. Right then and there, you should have ran to the police. The fuck? Like, what? How do you do that? Like, oh my God. How do you do that, bro? Like, you waited to call the cops when this nigga's actively in your house. Fuck that. You didn't even, he was already halfway gone by the time you called them, probably. Oh my God. And it's some white people shit. Because no, a black person would have been fucking called the cops or killed the nigga. You gonna sit up here and wait. You gonna wait. Like, that's the. And I know in certain cases when it comes down to stalking, that it goes to an extent towards the point where they can really charge the motherfucker or not. But, bitch, the minute you felt uncomfortable, restraining order, that shit probably wouldn't even have worked, to be real with you. That shit's some bullshit too, if you ask me. Restraining order, all that says is that the paper says, oh, he can't come 500 feet away from you. A bunch of stalkers end up coming 25 feet away from their victim. What the fuck? That shit never works. So I can understand that, but bitch, you need to get a gun. Fuck all the bullshit. Get you a gun and you straight.
Statement of everything. I was given a report number and they left. When my parents returned home the next day, they already knew everything from my texts and phone call with them.
Bruh.
We went to the police station with my report number and gave as much information as possible, such as text screenshots, including him admitting he was following me home.
Like, bitch, you had all the proof right there. What the fuck?
They said they'd investigate, though without solid proof it was him inside the house, it was tricky.
It was his ass. Who the fuck? I'm sorry for pausing so many times, but damn, bitch, who the fuck is really gonna break into your crib after you done blocked this nigga, and then he try to call you off a no caller ID? Never in all my life of living, ever, from a regular phone, house phone, or my phone myself that I carry around every fucking day. Never have I ever tried to call a motherfucker that blocked me from a no caller ID. You doing that, you got issues. I never had to do that. If a motherfucker blocked me, they blocked me. I don't give a fuck. The fuck I'm gonna do? Call them and ask them? Like, get the fuck out of here.
I think the case lost steam when I really didn't have any proof of anything.
Wow.
I did, however, successfully get a restraining order against him,
That
and I
ain't
was
shit.
advised to never accuse him of having broken in, nor ever contact him again.
What the fuck?
He thankfully didn't, but from that point till the moment I moved out of my parents' house, I was always uncomfortable he would be creeping around outside. Even today, I sometimes fear he might find out where I currently live.
Story 2 by Maya. Hi, Maya.
I was in the 6th grade when this happened. This all started on the week of Halloween, when I would stay after school to help decorate a haunted house for my school's Halloween carnival. I often got to stay and fool around with some of my friends while getting awarded with pizza for helping decorate. Along with my friends, there was also this other kid who would stay late. I'll call him Chris. We had gotten along for the entirety of the time that we would stay after school, and he never once gave me any reason to feel uneasy around him. He was genuinely a funny and cool kid. But anyway, fast forward 2 weeks. I was suddenly approached by a group of girls in my grade who were all excited and had wide grins on their faces. I asked them what was going on, only for them to tell me that I had a secret admirer and that he would be texting me tonight. Now
It's the homie Chris? Is Chris the secret admirer? We don't know. Oh, I don't know. Y'all probably do.
I'd be lying to you if I told you that I wasn't excited, or at the very least curious about this. I wanted to know who. Later that night, when I was about to go to sleep, I got a notification from Messenger. It was the only app I had at the time that I always used to communicate with my parents whenever I was home alone. The message was from Chris.
Ooh.
I had completely forgotten that I added him on Facebook on Halloween. I opened the message and it read, "Maya, I need to talk to you." I was concerned and quickly replied, "Yeah, what's going on? Everything okay?" To this day, I wish I hadn't replied. The typing bubbles appeared and stayed there for a good 2 minutes, which meant that he was still typing. It felt like forever until his message finally came through. I didn't expect what came next.
What do you say?
In a long paragraph, he confessed his love for me and how I've been driving him crazy since Halloween. He also proceeded to explain how he tried to impress me during recess and phys ed with his soccer skills, but that I
She ain't want you, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. The fact you confessed your love to the bitch and she was like, "What you want?" The minute, oh my god, bro. It's like the little signs you could tell, bro. Like, what the fuck? She ain't want you, bro.
never seemed to notice him. He said that he was growing tired of being ignored, and it ended with, "I want you to notice me. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, will you be my girlfriend?" I cringed at
Damn, she cringed at your shit, cuz. She was like, this nigga confessing his love to me? I don't want this bum ass nigga. I want Tyrone on the basketball team. That's what she was saying. Just let you know that. Word, bro. She ain't want you, cuz. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. You told her your soccer skills. Nigga, who the fuck get. No. Any female that I knew of never gave a fuck about soccer. At the most part, basketball and football was the shit. It still is the shit. Correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of females don't really give a fuck about soccer. They don't watch soccer. The fuck you gonna do with that? Like, I thought he was gonna say like maybe football, basketball, even. You know, you could pull some hoes off of that. If you know, you know. But you talking about soccer, nigga? No one gives a fuck about soccer. That's like saying baseball. Like, and I'm not saying no one gives a fuck about baseball because I fuck with baseball. But what I'm saying is this: a lot of females could care less about a baseball player. Just let you thoroughly understand that, and the soccer player also.
every word. I stared at the message for a long time. What the hell? I barely even know this kid. I drifted apart from him a long time ago. I was trying to come up with a way to let him down easily, as I didn't want.
Oh my god. Dr. Ruth said she don't even know you, good. She was just being nice to your ass. You made it weird, bitch.
To hurt his feelings. I told him I didn't like him like that, and that I wanted to just be friends. I could tell right away that he did.
See, you never want to hear no, let's just be friends. That shit is a cosign to listen to all her dick stories. Just let you know that. If you are, quote unquote, a female's friend, you will understand it. Brother, whatever you that female's friend, you have to co-sign and agree to listen to every single sex story she has. You have to dead-ass co-sign to listen to every single sex story she has. Or it's a nigga story. It's either one of them two. Oh, I like Jeremiah on the basketball team, woo, this and that and third, but he doesn't like me back. That's exactly how it would sound. And then you have to dead-ass co-sign and or tell her, like, oh, we'll just ask him out. You have to co-sign on that bullshit. Don't do it. It's not worth it. It's definitely not worth it.
Didn't like this answer. He kept asking me why, and I had to come up with a reason each time until he eventually stopped answering. The next morning was a nightmare for me. Some of his friends kept coming up to me and telling me that Chris wanted to kiss me, which he
The fuck? Nigga, what the fuck is you on? Why would you tell your friends that? They wouldn't be randomly, and by the way, they wouldn't be randomly walking up to her and telling her that goofy shit. No, you told them niggas that. Oh, I'm gonna kiss my girlfriend later on. Who's your girlfriend? Maya. Like, nigga, get the fuck.
told the entire grade he wanted to do, and that he would do it even if it meant cornering me.
The fuck?
Taking this as a threat, I decided to tell my teacher. She told me to stay inside during recess and lunch, and that if he ever got...
What the fuck kind of shit? Call the parents, bitch. Why the fuck? I gotta get my water. Bitch, call the parents. Why are you waiting till this nigga do something? Call the parents. That shit is weird. That shit is genuinely weird. First of all, if my child sat up here and said some weird shit like that, I am whooping his ass. That shit is weird. Is it not? Y'all playing. Y'all bullshit, right? Y'all playing with me, right?
Not even close to me, to run right back to the classroom. This wasn't enough for me. I reported him to the principal, who told me he would do something right away, and this gave me some relief. I feel I should mention that
I feel like he ain't do shit. All he did was try to ask him, did he say that shit? No, I ain't say it. Why do people keep saying it? I don't know. That's genuinely how that shit usually be too. I swear on my soul. They don't usually even call the parents no more.
I lived right across the street from my school, and everyone knew this, including Chris, which leads me to what happened next. Later on in the week, I was walking home from school. I hadn't even been inside my house for more than 2 minutes before I heard someone knocking on my front door. I peeked out the window just in time to see someone ducking behind a parked car across the street. It had to be Chris. He must have been following me. My mom opened the door to find a piece of paper on the floor, and not surprisingly, it was addressed to me. I read the note out loud, and it said there was a surprise waiting for me under the Cadillac in my driveway, which at the time belonged to my brother.
Your brother should have beat his ass. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Your brother should have came out there fist in hand, like took off his shirt, MMA fighter that nigga. Fuck, what are you doing? Like you had a whole brother this whole time. That nigga don't care about you. Just letting you know that. Cause the minute I would have heard that shit, nigga, up in 5. Up in that switch on the bitch. I don't give a damn. That shit is weird.
My mom went to check, only to find nothing. But it was after this day, my brother's Cadillac stopped working. I still have no idea what Chris did to the car, but my brother was forced to sell it. Unfortunately, my nightmare doesn't end there. I was constantly harassed by Chris's friends, telling me to give him a chance and that he would treat me right. There was even a moment when I caught Chris taking a picture of me walking home, and the only reason I saw him...
Where the fuck? Bitch, call the cops. Why y'all not calling the police? Why y'all waiting? This is even worse as your safety, bitch. Call the cops.
...was because I barely heard the sound of an iPhone camera behind me. Who knows how many photos of me he had on his phone. And every morning I woke...
That nigga was probably beating his shit off to them joints too. Just letting that be known. He already a weirdo. I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't. Think about it. I'm not even trying to think about it, but think about it for real. Why the fuck would he be taking pictures of her ass? She already declined you. Take the fucking hint.
Up to a message from him with something along the lines of, "I can't wait to see you at school," or "I bet you'll look beautiful today." The harassment and stalking were only getting worse, and it was making me fear for my safety, especially now that he knew where I lived.
What the fuck,
Finally,
bro?
I got a call into the counselor's office, and I felt relieved, expecting her to tell me that Chris was going to get in trouble or that the cops would get involved. Anything. Instead, what I heard was worse.
What?
The counselor proceeded to tell me that boys will be boys, that they do crazy things.
What the fuck, bitch? Oh my god. You a MAGA, ain't you? You're a fucking MAGA saying that goofy shit. What the fuck do you mean boys will be boys? Boys, don't, like, I swear to God, if these stories are legitly true, I feel so fucking sorry. But it's like, bitch, she need to be smacked. I'm just letting you know. The lady that just sat up here told her ass, boys will be boys. The fuck is wrong with you? Like, it's a difference between boys will be boys and niggas being weird. That nigga is a fucking weirdo. What the fuck? I've never stalked a bitch. I never needed to stalk a bitch. If a bitch blocked me, I wouldn't really give a fuck. I only gave a fuck one time, and then when I realized that she was just playing with me, I left it the fuck alone. I stopped talking to the bitch. That's simple. I mean, me personally, I would rather hear the shit from your mouth. But if a bitch blocked me, a bitch blocked me. It is what it is. I'm not gonna keep chasing after you. The fuck. I will let my two things said and be like, "Whoa, fuck you, bitch," and then just go about my life. That's simple.
when they're in love, and that I shouldn't be mad about this. She told me I should feel flattered, as this kind of stuff was bound to happen, and that the only thing I could do was to accept it and learn from it.
What the fuck?
At the time, I didn't see the problem with her words, as I genuinely believed her. But looking back on it now, this was an insane and disturbing thing to say to a 6th grader who was being sexually harassed and who was fearing for her safety almost every day. That afternoon,
I just remembered that nigga was sexually harassing her, wasn't he? He sat up here and told her ass like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna kiss you at lunch." Like, nigga, what type of shit is you on? You trifling dirty bitch. When did the nigga parents get involved? Y'all ain't even try to call him. Oh, boys will be boys. Bitch, what?
I came home from school telling my mom everything the counselor told me, and she was rightfully furious.
Right.
I was called to the principal's office again that same week, this time with my mom present. I remember very clearly my mom telling the counselor and principal, "What are you waiting for? For something bad to happen to her before you do something?"
Exactly.
She continued to ask why it was taking so long for something to be done.
No
They
bullshit.
both stayed silent.
I
My
don't
mom
want-
ended it by threatening.
See. Go to the news. At this point, they don't want to sit up here and do it themselves. Go to the news channel. They'll tell the story. They'll love to tell the story. Ooh wee, that shit gonna have millions of views by tonight. Go to the news at that point. Fuck all the bullshit.
The counselor and telling her to never speak to me again unless she was present.
Never.
But unfortunately, I don't think the school ever did punish Chris, which to this day enrages me. He basically got away with everything. It doesn't even end.
I wouldn't be surprised if the nigga Chris is a pervert now, or a pedophile, or a rapist, because these niggas was co-signing the bullshit right then and there, instead of just stopping it. Boys will be boys. From a female counselor. Who the fuck says that? I have never heard of a counselor telling a female that's being sexually harassed, "Boys will be boys." Bitch, what?
There. One night during the weekend, when my parents had gone shopping, I was about to go to bed after watching a YouTube video on my iPad.
This the same
when I heard
bedroom.
something at my window. Now, I'm on the 2nd floor, so this was especially strange.
That shit scared me a little bit. That shit scared me a little bit. I ain't like that little thump. I ain't like that. Ooh, come on now. Don't give it to me like that, nigga.
The only thing that hits my window are birds accidentally flying into it.
Dumbass birds. Tweet, tweet.
I sat up listening. Then it happened again. It sounded as if someone had thrown something at the glass. Then it happened again and again. They were consistent thuds, and it was starting to freak me out. I finally got the courage to get up from my bed and see what it was. My heart dropped
That nigga coming to see his boot name.
into my stomach when I opened the curtain and looked down to see Chris holding a handful of rocks, looking up at my window. He somehow had managed to figure out which window was mine.
Oh man, this nigga is dead ass. Where the fuck is his parents? Where's his parents? How is he getting out the house and coming to your house doing walks at your window late at night? Where the fuck is his parents? Like, how did he even get there? He rode his bicycle there? What the fuck?
He was about to throw another when he noticed me. I could ever so slightly see that he was saying something, but I didn't stop to see what. I remember going to see if every window and door was locked, and thankfully everything was. When I returned to my room, I received 4 messages from Chris. "Why did you leave? I just want to talk. I'm sorry, all I wanted was a kiss."
What the fuck? What the fuck? Ugh, nigga, you probably got cold sores trying to kiss her. What? You dirty bitch. Like, you gonna sit up here and text this little girl, "All I wanted was a kiss." Nigga, the fuck is wrong with you? No means no, bitch. Did your mother not teach you that? Did your father not teach you that? KTY gotta teach you that now, bitch ass nigga. No means no. And I do got a blanket on me. Don't judge me, bitch. I just put this motherfucker on. I'm trying to be comfortable. Fuck.
Please forgive me. You are not who I thought you were. Bye. I blocked him after that.
Nigga, oh my god. Like, it ain't clicking in your head, nigga. Every nigga that closely somewhat been like this before. Somewhat short span. But like after texting the bitch, if she don't respond after the first or second message, stop texting. Stop texting. It ain't gonna work out, nigga. If she didn't respond to the first two, nigga, you over pushing it now. Now if you text this bitch 16 times late at night, you ain't getting no pussy. Just letting you know that. Word of bro. Like I'm just being so real with you. Like you ain't getting no ass, no pussy, no hand job, no spit, nothing. If it is spit, nigga, it's probably yeast infection spit. You don't want that.
Thankfully,
Scratching
I
and
never
sniffing
had
and
another
shit.
incident, even though I had to see him throughout the entirety of my school years, from 6th grade to
You
senior
ain't tell your
year.
parents?
The last thing I heard about him was that he was arrested. God only knows for what.
Stalking. Stalking. I guarantee you it was stalking. Ah. Oh, I was sitting on my leg. I guarantee you it was fucking stalking. It was stalking.
The saddest and scariest part of my story, though, is the fact that a counselor was comfortable with telling me that this kind of behavior was a compliment and a learning experience for me as a girl.
Goofy
I
ass
just
bitch.
hope that woman no longer works with children,
Right.
and that I never have to see Chris again.
Right. What the fuck? Who's next? Oh, this one anonymous too. So hold on, Maya? Is that really who the fuck that story is, Maya? Prayers to you, bro. I'm just letting that be known. I don't wish this shit on my worst enemy.
I want to stay
1 second. Putting the pillow behind my back.
as anonymous as possible with this. This was a very serious occurrence that I have PTSD about, and unfortunately, it scarred me.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
changing all towns and names in the story, so there's no way it gets traced back to me.
Okay.
I've been a very reclusive person most of my life. It started at a young age. Even in my early school years, my teachers would tell my parents I had antisocial behavioral problems.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, nigga. I'm antisocial. I don't like that many motherfuckers in my business either. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I would even be included in some of the, I guess you would say, special 20-minute classes for speech and behavior
I can't even laugh because I was also in them damn classes. I can't even fucking laugh.
in elementary school.
Well, I take that back. I wasn't in it in elementary school. Take that all the way the fuck back.
At the time, I didn't comprehend why I was being brought there while the rest of my class wasn't. Middle school was when the pressures of the social hell that school is really started to set in. Kids started forming their friend groups, and that only carried over into high school and got worse.
Oh yeah, if you was antisocial, nigga, that shit sucks. Like if you true deal antisocial, like you barely talk to motherfuckers, that shit sucks. To know that niggas that you was friends with from kindergarten all the way up to high school, like you knew these niggas from pre-K all the way up to high school, and they end up being some of the fakest fucking people ever. Like they not friends with you, they not cool with you. Y'all don't follow each other on social media. We lost all contact because they some of the fakest people ever. Like, and I'm so like a loner by myself. I don't like people. Like, so if I liked you, bitch, that means I genuinely gave a fuck. But it's like, at some point, I stopped giving a fuck.
Never had learning disabilities or anything. I just
Yeah.
had social issues, which had gotten better as I've grown older.
Yeah,
but I
of
would
course.
still consider myself an awkward, introverted person.
Mm-hmm.
However, I've made my close friends, and I'm grateful for that. But now let's talk about girls. Of course, being a social recluse comes with having trouble with the ladies. Honestly, not to get too graphic, but you know, it means something to my story. I lost my virginity at 21.
See, I wasn't like that. I lost my shit at, well, when I really lost my shit was 16. Fucking, I wasn't like that. I was getting some pussy at 16. Shit. I don't know what you was doing. 20, she said 21, right?
That's a bit late, I'd say.
Yeah, that is late.
Comes with having trouble with the ladies. Honestly, not to get too graphic, but you know, it means something to my story.
So this is a guy. Okay.
I lost my virginity at 21. That's a bit late, I'd say. This was at the age of 23. I moved out of my parents' place already. I had been working a high-paying job in my field for a couple of years at that point already.
My
I
nigga.
bought a townhouse in my hometown.
My nigga get into that bag. Fuck.
It was pretty affordable, but a nice and big townhouse.
That's a beautiful
I don't
place.
live there anymore, but it was 2 floors. It was the kind of place that would impress girls at 23 if you owned it.
Hell yeah.
So one day swiping on
I know this nigga was getting all the hoes wet. Fuck, look at this house. They thinking like, oh, if I get pregnant by this nigga, I can, nigga, what? Free rooms? Free rooms? Ain't got a high paying job. I could be a stay at home mom. Think about it. A lot of hoes would fall in love for this type of lifestyle. They ain't got to work or nothing. They could just sit back and lay back. Fuck, chillin'.
Tinder. I matched a pretty decent looking girl. I'll call her Emily.
Emily?
We went on a date at a nearby restaurant for dinner. I was a little in my head, thinking she was judging me or I was acting awkward.
Never do that to yourself, man. You gotta be confident. Put some shit in your chest.
And by the end of it, I felt like she'd never want to see me again. But when I was in bed after getting home, she told me she really liked me and had fun. And I was ecstatic, honestly. So we went on a second, third, and fourth date. And honestly, things felt great after I got out of my head. We became boyfriend-girlfriend fairly quickly. But the honeymoon phase didn't last forever. When you first start seeing someone, you get excited anytime they text or call you.
Yeah.
You crave the attention because ideally it's a two-way thing.
Yeah.
But slowly, I started feeling as though she was texting me maybe a bit too much. At all times of the day, she'd ask where I was. If I was doing something, or perhaps took my time in responding, she'd call me or send question marks to follow up.
I like my woman like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like a girl that's gonna blow up a nigga phone. I do like that shit. Put me in place, mommy. Give me that shit, fuck. Alright, word of bro. Because at that point, you gotta realize this. A lot of females, if they don't call your phone 3 or 4 times trying to get a ring out of you, they don't like you for real. They don't like you. I'm gonna admit to that. She ain't that worried about you.
One day when we were on the couch, she demanded we share our locations with each other.
She think you fucking another bitch. That's why she's asking.
I wasn't thrilled about this, even though I had nothing to hide. I did it anyway. So we're a couple months into the relationship, our location shared, and this is where things went really sour. She'd start asking me why I was at Phil's house and not answering her texts. It got so...
You at the homie Phil house. She's asking you why you not answering her text message. Bitch, I'm with the fellas. You gotta chill. But y'all with y'all female friends, I don't blow up y'all phone. I would never blow up my girl's phone if she with her female friend. It is what it is. I don't even want to know what y'all did. I don't want to hear it.
Bad that one night when I was with Phil and my friend Mark in Phil's basement on a Friday night, she actually showed up to his house, and Phil's mom walked Emily downstairs. She didn't even hide the fact that she was pissed at me, and immediately spoke in a loud voice, almost a yell, reprimanding me for goofing around at Phil's house instead of answering her texts about going to some winery the following day. I asked her if we could discuss this later, but she insisted I leave with her. I apologized to my friends and went outside
Nigga, you's a sucker. You better not have left with her.
with her. We had an argument in the street. She wanted to come home with me, but I told her no. We both drove separately, obviously, so I drove home and told her not to follow me.
She followed you.
When I got home, I sent her a long text telling her we need a break and I need space.
She coming to your house, nigga. She's coming to your house. I'm just already suspecting that. The minute you said you wanted a break from her, she's going to knock at your door at 3 in the morning with a knife in her hand. Talking about wet break. She's going to hit you with one of those.
Should I have done this in person? Yeah, probably.
Nah. You did the right thing, brother. Don't do that in person. Bitches like that, don't do that in person. They'll try to hit you with something. Just letting you know. Anything they can find, they'll try to hit you with it.
Text message breakups aren't fair most of the time. But honestly, in the moment, I was scared of what her reaction would be in person.
Right.
Of course, she started calling me over and over, blowing up my phone with texts. When I eventually stopped answering, I got aggressive pounds at my front door of my townhouse and constant rings from the doorbell. It got so bad that my neighbor actually came out and asked her what she was doing. I heard Emily screaming at him that I'm a piece of shit and this and that, and my neighbor calmly told her to go home. I listened to everything with my ear basically up to the door.
You's a bitch. You gonna have your neighbor fucking around probably get stabbed over your goofy ass bitch.
She did leave, and honestly I was kind of disturbed. I'm not saying the crazy just came out of nowhere, there were definitely signs, but I was blind to some of it because of the honeymoon effect. The next day, I remembered to stop sharing my location with her, and immediately, as if she were obsessively checking our texts, she angrily blows me up for doing that. I was more and more.
I ain't gonna lie, I would have turned my location off too, bitch. You ain't my bitch. You ain't my bitch no more. No, you not my bitch. For real. You not my shorty. Why you turn your location off? Bitch, cause we not together.
More sure of my decision to cut ties with her every text she sent. My final text to her was, "I'm sorry, Emily, I have to block you for a while. You're scaring me." She surprisingly didn't come knocking or anything. However, I noticed she instantly stopped sharing her location as well. It was exactly 1 week later. I went over to Phil's house again and chilled with the guys. I left around 11 p.m. and got home shortly after. I wasn't tired and I was hungry, so I threw some food in the microwave and plopped on the couch to watch a movie. I was browsing all the streaming apps for something good. I wanted a scary movie. When the microwave beeped and it went silent, I suddenly heard a click or thud from the dining room. So the layout of the downstairs of the townhouse, it looped around in a circle. It went from the kitchen to dining room to living room to den, and they were all separated by a wall in the middle. However, the den to the dining room had a door, not an opening. I attached this photo to give a better idea.
Okay. So you got the dining room right there. Kitchen, us, the motherfucking living room, and then the den. But then it's another door right there in the den that leads into the dining room. Okay.
To allow for complete silence, I grabbed the TV remote and muted the TV, and it was then that I surely heard the door separating the den and the dining room clicking open. I peered into the dining room. I blurted out, "Who's in here?" to of course nothing in response. I entered the dining room, my blood running cold as I saw that door was opened. I have a thing for keeping doors in my home shut, and that door was no exception. I went to the kitchen and grabbed the biggest knife from the knife block.
Yeah.
I also called 911 right away. I had never called 911 once in my life. This was a first.
Buddy ain't no snitch nigga. He was ready to catch a body like King Von. He's finna do you so grimy.
On the phone, I spoke really loud so that whoever was in there would hear that I was on the phone with the police. Whether this was a good idea or not, I guess is debatable. I said I think my crazy ex-girlfriend has broken into my house. Please send someone. The rest of that call was explaining what exactly was going on, why I thought it was my ex, and her instructing me to wait outside if possible. So I went outside and waited not far from the front door. Surprisingly quickly, a police car rolled up. I once again briefly explained what I thought was going on, and I led the officer into my...
The scariest movie of the year has arrived.
That shit's scary.
Without your family, you're nothing.
That burn guy.
Don't make that guy for an ultra?
Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
What if you gave your idea a chance?
friend has broken into my house. Please send someone. Front door. Surprisingly quickly, a police car rolled up. I once again briefly explained what I thought was going on, and I led the officer into my home. We both performed the most thorough search of the place together, and I'm telling you, no one was in there. We checked the mini crawl space hidden in the closet. We checked every closet for that matter. We checked under the beds, under the couches, even the mini attic too. When the coast was quite literally clear, he told me to call again if I heard anything, which said to me that he believed me and knew I wasn't making it up or going crazy. My night was obviously disturbed after that. No way I was going to be able to sit in the living room and watch a movie now. I ate my food, which had been sitting in the microwave, and went up to my room and locked the door. I texted all my friends and family, of course, about how spooked I was. But given that no one was in there, I had to dismiss it as just one of those creepy moments of something in the house moving by itself. I almost texted Emily, but refrained from doing so. I took a melatonin, and from what I remember, I quickly drifted off to sleep surprisingly. However, I'm a light sleeper, and something caused me to wake up. I didn't know what it was, but something in the room felt off. I checked my phone, and I had a bunch of texts from a random number. That must have been what woke me up. I quickly realized it was Emily. In short, without reading the paragraph she sent me, she was stating how sorry she was and that she wanted to talk. She was begging me to see her to talk tomorrow in person, and the rest of the texts were her saying, "Are you awake?" and "wake up" over and over. She said "wake up" a total of 8 times over text. Surprisingly, she hadn't tried calling me though. I responded, "Why are you awake right now? This is crazy that you're blowing me up at an hour like this. Honestly, if I wasn't sure before, your actions just these past few days alone have confirmed that I don't want anything to do with you anymore. Please just leave me alone."
Damn.
Seconds after I pressed send, I heard a scream from inside of the closet next to my bed. It was Emily's voice, yelling the word "no," and then the closet door burst open. I didn't have time to think of anything besides jumping out of the bed and getting that bedroom door open and getting out of the room. It wasn't locked anymore, mind you. Once out of the room, I pushed the door shut and held it shut as she tried opening the door. She didn't just try opening it though. She started stabbing the door, and I saw the knife she was wielding piercing through my side. In the
Yo, you got a crazy bitch on your hand, cuz. That bitch is crazy. That bitch is crazy. That bitch is fucking crazy, yo.
moment, I decided to scream, "Baby, I love you, stop,"
Baby,
instead
I
of something
love you,
like, "You're
stop."
sick and you need help." When I said I loved her, she stopped and calmed down, and I took this moment to call 911 again silently while still holding the door shut. At this moment, we spoke through the door to each other while I had
Hold on. Who told you to go on mute? Girl, I had my headphones on. Nah, you good. I was just doing my video. I'm about to be halfway down. I only got like, I think about 3 minutes. So, don't link yourself to that. I'm gonna be right back. Ish. Ish.
911 on the line, and I came up with some bullshit on the spot that I was going through a rough time right now, but that I loved her and was planning on getting back with her. She said in a frantic voice, "That's all I wanted to hear. Why couldn't you just be honest with me?" She asked me to open the door. I had to stall though. I told her I was scared and wanted her to drop the knife. Eventually, she agreed, and I told her to throw it across the room so I could hear it land. She did so. I heard the clang of the knife ricocheting off the wall and onto the floor. So what I did next, I yanked the door open and tackled Emily to the floor. She screamed and fought and went hysterical. I didn't care. I held her down as I yelled my address and everything into the phone, which was still connected to 911. I held her down all the way until the police arrived. To my surprise, the police literally kicked the front door down, and it was so loud it could be heard over Emily struggling all the way upstairs. Police entered the room quickly, a surprising amount of police actually. Emily was put in cuffs quickly, and she was hysterically crying. I think the only reason I wasn't crying was because I was in such shock. This was the worst, most scarring night of my life. The nightmare didn't end there though. There was such a long and serious legal process that followed as far as getting Emily convicted. I never wanted my name or any info to be out there on the internet to end up on one of those crime YouTube channels, so I've been careful about leaking too much information that could get back to me. Emily's in prison for some very serious charges. No part of that makes me happy. This was someone I spent a little chunk of my life with more or less every day. Someone I thought I loved. Someone who tried to kill me. She was not right in the head, and it still pains me how oblivious I was. Not only because of how infatuated I became at first, but because of my own lack of self-confidence to a degree that I was so focused on impressing her at first that I didn't even pay attention to certain alarming behaviors on her part early on. I know this will stick with me forever, and honestly, even if anonymously, it would feel good to get the story out there finally if it's chosen to be read.
Wow, motherfucker. That's gonna be the end of the video right here, y'all. This shit got goosebumps up my spine, bitch. But anyways, if you guys like this video right here, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your folks, share with your friends. And I'll be sure to leave my social media down here at the bottom if you guys can see it. Follow me there. I'll be posting mad clips over there. Follow me. Let's get it cracking, nigga. We back on this shit. KTY Reactions, nigga, and I'm outside. Peace.
No tears, long road, baby. It's more than love, baby, I'm a baby. Second guessing my feelings, she ain't yours, baby. I ain't worried on the talking, how about action, baby. Touch me, face me,